Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran, and we are talking about comics obviously not doing so good. And I hate that every comic video is about that. I really do, because I'm looking for a win in the American comic book industry right now. And we've talked about the Youngblood stuff with Rob Liefeld, right? How he had raised over, I think, $500,000 on WhatsApp or something, basically selling Youngblood. For people who don't know, Youngblood is back in stores right now. This made the Hollywood Reporter. This was, of course, after Deadpool and all that stuff. But one of the big issues with this, not issue, actually good thing, is basically Rob went out there, Hollywood Reporter, and talked about how he made $500,000 crowd selling his book and that he was getting ready to go to Image with it. Now, that's the old news. The new news is that Youngblood is coming back with such a fevered pitch at Image Comics, where this is Image Comics, still ran by Eric Stephenson, by the way, which Eric Stephenson goes back with Rob, of course. But Youngblood covers across the line. You can see a lot of Image books adapting Youngblood for a variant cover universally. And this is not good. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to talk about some of the behind the scenes stuff at Image Comics, especially with the Eric Stephenson Image Comics, and why this is troublesome times for Image. If you guys will look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. Also, do know we do our own crowdfunding books on 9 Lives Comics. So this is our book right now, a spinoff of Inglorious Rex, which has raised 3 times over $300,000. And this is a prequel to that, drawn by Anthony Gonzalez Clark. Please go over here, check it out. I think I'm pulling it down the 1st of November. So get free trading cards, a mini comic with any book purchase on this campaign, or you can get Inglorious Rex in our shop, and it will ship out next day. So some people are going to be like, Shane, why are you always hating? Why is this bad news, Shane? How could this possibly be bad news? Image is back. Testosterone-filled comics are back. And I'm going to tell you it's, one, Image is having to pivot back away from SJW-type comics with things with big success like the Energon verse, with Battle Beast, things like that. Image can see there is an audience that wants male fantasy comics. Okay, well, that's the good news, that there's some sort of market correction starting to happen. The bad news is this is a defeated Image Comics, and I'm going to explain why. Eric Stephenson was against crowdfunding. Okay, he thought it actually hurt retailers, and if you had a pitch at Image Comics, and I'm going to keep some key players, even though I can prove it, out of the loop on this, but there are examples of books that creators had completely done, and I'm going back, I think, around 2010, and they were like, Eric, I want to crowdfund this and then print this at Image Comics, and Eric Stephenson's like, we'll print it, gladly print it at Image Comics, it's already greenlit. Well, yeah, it's already done and it looks good, but you can't crowdfund it. That creator then, and some people can put this together, went to crowdfund the book on Kickstarter, raised a lot of money, and then ends up with the book at Dark Horse. This was a common thing with Eric Stephenson. He did not like crowdfunding. Now, why is this bad? Is basically Rob, as an Image founder, is saying that this is the new model. And I quite honestly kind of agree with him. It cuts out the retailer who is now, I have nothing against retailers. That's not a good thing, cutting out the retailer. But the problem with the retailer, let's be honest, is they're oftentimes blitzed by Marvel and DC, and they're perplexed on how to order anything. In the indie space, meaning you're not part of Marvel and DC, and that goes for Dark Horse and everybody else, you kind of end, even Image, you end up at a big disadvantage. You don't have mega characters in movies propping you up and stuff like that. There's predatory cover variants, and you have to understand that ties up all the retailers' money, so then they can't order your Image book or your Dark Horse book or whatever, right? So when I see this today, this is a bad sign for the American comic book industry, because it was just last week that basically Image got some of their inventory back from Diamond. That meant that they had collections, probably Walking Dead, Skybound stuff, Transformers, whatever, things that sell like Invincible, whatever it is, Walking Dead. They couldn't get their stock back from being liquidated in the Diamond bankruptcy. So Image was one of the last people to leave Diamond, and they tried to run out the door when they filed for bankruptcy, and they got caught. They got caught by hanging there too long. So I do know right now there's a lot of creators at Image that got burned by that. They got stock that they can't get back, and it's being liquidated probably to whatever, who knows. But more on that, I'm sure, in the future days. So today, seeing Image Comics take basically a crowdfunding, they're loosely the same thing, book from Rob Liefeld, and then trying to take those customers, $500,000 worth of customers, and smear across the entire line as a cover variant is very desperate. And I'm sure Rob thinks it's very flattering, but if we were to be honest, this isn't honoring Youngblood as much as I'm afraid it's trying to smear that $500,000 worth of customers across the entire line. For people who don't know, the book that is printing through Image Comics, Rob always said it's going to have new covers and maybe some new interiors or interiors missing. So it's technically a new book, meaning if you really want to know get every single page of the book, you have to buy his crowdfunded, crowd-sold book and then the Image book. Now, another one on this I really want to point out here is this Final Boss book by Tyler Kirkham. A good artist, worked at DC Comics a long time. I did. This was a crowdfunded book. And again, this goes against Eric Stephenson's model, and it's only being, and I know for a fact that Tyler was talking to Eric Stephenson way before, going back to 2016, trying to get something in the Image. What you're seeing here is crowdfunding books being brought into Image Comics, not because they like crowdfunding books, but because they don't. I know for a fact Eric Stephenson don't. But what you're seeing is Eric Stephenson, Image Comics is asking the crowdfunding customers to come into comic shops, or at least the Image Comic line. Ideally, Image Comics is a great place, if you look at their formula, that maybe you take your book for a second chance after you've made all your creator-owned money in crowdfunding. I find this new model interesting, but do know this model is adapting to the times. And the times aren't looking so great for the direct market. And I mean, if the direct market isn't there, then I mean, is Image just about getting your book into Barnes and Noble? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. If you guys will look down below, let me know your thoughts on this. I mean, look, I like seeing Youngblood. I like the return to 90s. But you can see some of these covers look good. Some of these covers don't. I mean, here's Youngblood with cats. That's great, right? But you guys let me know down below. Am I wrong on this? I mean, I have insider knowledge on this, but I mean, it just looks like the writing on the wall is not great. If you guys will hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification, and we will catch you guys again with another video.
If fighting was a god, I would worship him. I would bow to him. I would pray for victory. For he only grants opportunities. But behind every god lurks a devil. And the devil wants me to take a dive. My name is Annatomic. And this is how my legend was made.